everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel and welcome back to the 1991 playoffs in Payoff Pitch Baseball. We're starting game twos tonight. We're starting off with the Minnesota Twins and the Oakland Athletics in their game two. We'll take a look at our updated brackets first in the National League, as currently the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Pittsburgh Pirates are both holding serve with a higher seed over the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets respectively. As for the American League, it's a different story where the low seeds have the advantage in these series. The Kansas City Royals are leading the Toronto Blue Jays 1-0, and the subject of tonight's Game 2 is the Oakland Athletics, as I mentioned, and the Minnesota Twins. The Athletics currently hold a 1-0 series lead with a chance to go up 2-0 going over to Oakland. They'll go on as early as Saturday, potentially, but we'll see how things unfold on that. Anyway, let's go meet the starting pitchers. First up, we'll take a look at Oakland's starting pitcher. Starting pitcher for the Oakland Athletics is their number 2 starter, Mike Moore. 17-8 with a 2.96 ERA, 210 innings pitched, 176 hits, 11 homers, 105 walks, and 153 strikeouts in 91. He'll be in charge of trying to get the Athletics back to Oakland with a 2-0 series lead. Hoping to tie this series, we'll go take a look at the Twins starting lineup, or the Twins starting pitcher, and take our first look at the Metrodome. Starting pitcher for the Twins is their number 2 starter, Kevin Tapani. 16-9 with a 2.99 ERA, 244 innings pitched, 225 hits, 23 homers, 40 walks, and 135 strikeouts in 1991. Looking at the Metrodome, basically it's a down the middle ballpark for both sides. Slightly favors left-handed batters over righties on a wheelhouse check when we go to the ballpark. But that's everything for the Metrodome. Now let's move over to the main game area. Tonight's Game 2 isn't quite just must-win for the Twins, but let's be honest. Going to Oakland looking at a 1-1 series is a lot different than going back down 0-2 and facing elimination. So the Twins are very much treating this game as a must-win Game 2. With that, I'm going to adjust the layouts here a little bit. I want the bullpens and the benches down a little bit closer where I can get at them. Move that light back just a touch so the Twins bullpen has some room. We'll bring Oakland down as well. I think we're all set there. I just needed somewhere to put the dice tower. So we're all set for this one, so let's play ball. While the Twins start to get loose in the field, we'll take our first look at the Athletics starting lineup. We've got Lance Blankenship at second base. Terry Steinbach is catching. Jose Canseco is in right field. Ricky Henderson batting cleanup is in left. Harold Baines is your designated hitter. Dave Henderson is in center field. Ernest Riles is at third base. Jamie Quirk is at first base. And Walt Weiss is your shortstop. And of course, as we mentioned, Kevin Tapani is charged with keeping that lineup in order and trying to get this series tied. Leading off for the Athletics is Lance Blankenship. He hit 2 of his 3 homers against right-handed pitching. We're going to use blue and white and red and white dice for tonight. The Twins are the home team. We'll be reading the tens dice blue, then white. Metrodome is buzzing. Not an empty seat to be found. Twins looking to tie this series. Athletics wanting to go back home with the chance to eliminate the Twins. Which story will be told tonight? Only the dice know. And the only way to see what the dice reveal is to go to the first pitch. So here we go. 8 is going to be an in-play 47. That's going to be too high against the righty. That's going to be lined right at the shortstop. That will get lined right to Gagne. He'll put his glove up. Pow! And the ball will slam into it for the first out. And we are underway. Terry Steinbach, the catcher, stepping into the batter's box next. 3 of his 6 homers came against right-handed pitching. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will wind up, and here's the pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse. 1 And that ball might come down in time for Game 3 on Saturday night. Boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Terry Steinbach. And the Athletics waste no time in drawing first blood. 1-0 in favor of Oakland. Stadium groans. Ugh. And that will bring Jose Canseco to the batter's box. Canseco hit 36 of his 44 homers against right-handed pitching. Tapani's got to have a short-term memory tonight. He's got to get that homer from Steinbach out of his head. Canseco looking at Tapani. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will wind. Here's the pitch. 3 is going to be a tough 20. And against a righty, that'll be a called strike 3, as Canseco looks at a curveball that catches the outside corner for the second out of the inning. Coming in to bat next is Ricky Henderson, the left fielder. He hit 10 of his 18 homers against right-handed pitching. 2 outs, top of the first. Athletics already have the first run of the game. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz, and here's the pitch. 9 is a patient 92. I doubt he's... Oh, no! Plunk. Ouch. Tapani hit him. And Henderson will reach with a 2-out plunk, as here's Harold Baines. Baines hit 16 of his 20 homers against right-handed pitching. Henderson is a B1. That's probably going to be a... B1 is a fair chance. Ortiz has got a... He's got quite the cannon behind the plate. Henderson is staying put. Tapani will look in at Ortiz for the sign. Tapani looks over to Henderson. Tapani will set, and here's the pitch. 10 is a ballpark check. 29 for a lefty is wheelhouse. Uh-oh, Baines thinks he's got a hold of one. 46, and the Athletics are going to do it again. Boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Harold Baines. A two-run of the two-run variety this time. And just like that, it is now 3-0 in favor of the Athletics. Stadium groans. Ugh. The Athletics seem to be picking up right where they left off in Game 1, because they won Game 1. Let me see if I've got the box score here. Here it is. They won by a score of 4-1, and the Bats came out to play for Oakland. The Bats seem to be awake already for this one. Here's Dave Henderson coming into the batter's box. He hit 17 of his 25 homers against left-handed pitching. Twins fans are not happy already. It's a little early for them to be this unhappy, but hey, when your team's down 3-0 before you even have a chance to bat, what can you expect? Tapani looking in at Ortiz for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 8 is going to be an in-play 45. And to the relief of the... Actually, that was a 47, I think, but we'll go with it. Anyway, that probably should have been a missed call on Baines, but anyway. We'll just stick with it as it is. So 8 is going to be an in-play 45, and that's going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that will be Knobloch, the second baseman. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 2 hits, a hit batter, and 2 homers in the inning. Have the Athletics 3, and the Twins coming up to bat. While the Athletics now get loose in the field, we'll take our first look at the Twins. We'll take our first look at the Twins starting lineup. Leading off, we've got Chuck Knobloch at second base. Junior Ortiz is catching. Kirby Puckett is in center field. Chili Downs is the designated hitter. Kent Herbeck is at first base. Shane Mack is in right field. Mike Pagliarolo is at third base. Greg Gagne is at shortstop. And Dan Gladden is in left field. Moore will finish his warm-up tosses, as leading off is Chuck Knobloch. He hit his only homer in 91 against right-handed pitching. Moore will look into Steinbach for the sign. Moore will wind up, and here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 21. Knobloch against a righty is going to fight that one off and get a base hit out of it. That'll just barely get out of the infield. So Knobloch will be on with a leadoff single. Here's Junior Ortiz for the Twins. The Athletics will go to double play depth. Knobloch is a B3, which is a very good chance. Jump of 4 against a hold of 8. Before hold of 8. They're going to try to see if Knobloch gets the jump. He needs a jump of 4, hold of 8. He needs a 63 and under to get the jump. That's a 47. Knobloch's off to second on a very good chance. Let's see if he gets there. Ooh, just barely. It's a close play, but Knobloch will just barely get under the tag, and he'll be safe at second on a stolen base. Which will also take away the double play. The Twins are going to have to get aggressive on the base paths in this one. They got to make things happen here. Moore looks over at Knobloch, who's at second now. Moore will turn back to Steinbach so he can deal with Ortiz. Moore gets the sign, he'll set, and here's the pitch. Steinbach is a C bunt. He's not going to try to bunt. Actually, he might try to bunt to bring Knobloch into scoring position. I think he's going to. So Ortiz is going to lay down the bunt. That'll be right back to the pitcher, and the only play they have is to third base. So Ortiz will be out, Knobloch will be at third, and that'll force the infield in. As here's Kirby Puckett. Puckett hit 8 of his 15 homers against right-handed pitching. Infield is playing in. Twins are threatening. 1 out, bottom of the first. Already 3-0 in favor of Oakland off of 2 homers from the Athletics bats. Here's the infield in chart. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. He'll set, looking over at Knobloch, and here's the pitch. 7 is a patient 51, and that's going to plunk Kirby Puckett. Ouch. So now we're going to have the house rule where any hit batters from now on will result in the pitcher being tossed. So I'll make a note of that. So now that each team has hit a batter, we're going to get warnings out at this point from the home plate umpire. The infield, well, let's see which. Next up is Chili Davis. Davis hit 18 of his 29 homers against right-handed pitching. The infield, are they going to play in or are they going to try for the double play? They're going to play in. Chili Davis doesn't have a very high double play rating. If it was higher, they would probably bring the infield in. So Davis will get the sign from, or Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set, and here's the pitch. 3 is an in-play 97. That's a fly ball into left field. Getting to that one will be Henderson. He'll make the catch for the second out. Oh, wait, we had a sacrifice hit from Ortiz. That's right. That's how Knobloch ended up at third. And Puckett was plunked. All right, so that's a fly ball into left field for Chili Davis. That'll be Henderson, Ricky Henderson getting under that one. On an F7 runner on third scores if his run rating is 7 or higher. So Knobloch will come in to score the first run of the game for the Twins. And it's now 3-1 in favor of Oakland. We seem to be picking up right where we left off with the offense I think it was Sunday last week. Actually, it might have been Saturday before that. Anyway, here's Kent Hrbek, 14 of his 20 homers against right-handed pitching. 2 outs in the inning. Both teams have gotten to the starting pitchers for at least 1 run. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 77. And that's going to be a base hit against a righty. Let's see what happens on base advancement. Line drive into left field. So that's an S7. Runners will advance. So Puckett to second. Hrbek to first. The Athletics hoping to get out of this inning with no further damage. Here's Shane Mack. 9 of his 18 homers came against right-handed pitching in 91. More looking back to Steinbach. Runners Puckett on second, Herbeck on first, Mack at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set, and here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 71. That's a fly ball to right field. Canseco will get under that one. He'll make the catch, and that will retire the side. Hit batter, 2 hits, a hit batter, a stolen base, and a sacrifice hit, and it's now 3-1 in favor of the Athletics. We'll get ready for the top of the second as we have the bottom of Oakland's order due up next. Tapani will finish his warm-up tosses up as stepping into the batter's box for the Athletics will be Ernest Riles. He hit all 5 of his homers against right-handed pitching. Tapani looks into Ortiz for the sign. 3-1 Athletics. Stadium not happy right now. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. He'll wind up, and here comes the pitch. 9 is a patient 9. Ball 4. Riles will find himself on first to lead off the inning as Tapani gives up the free pass. And here's Jamie Quirk. He hit his only homer against right-handed pitching. C1 on the base pass. And Riles is going nowhere against Ortiz. Infield will be at double play depth for the Twins. Tapani will look to Ortiz for the sign. Tapani will set, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 62. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. That will be Gladden getting under that for the Twins for the first out of the inning. Here's Walt Weiss. Weiss didn't hit any homers in 91. Riles over at first. Tapani will cast a glance over in his direction. Tapani will turn back to Weiss at the plate. Ortiz gives him the sign. Tapani nods. Tapani will set. Here's the pitch. 10 is a ballpark check. He would be batting lefty. 57 is in play, though. That's an 11, and against a righty, that's going to be a base hit. Sharpliner drops in front of the left fielder. Runners advance 1 base. So another S7. As that is Gladden who can't get to that one. And here's Blankenship. Blankenship led the game off lining out to the catcher. Infield will stay at double play depth. And suddenly the Athletics have something cooking with 1 out in the inning. Tapani looks into Ortiz for the sign. Tapani will set, and here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 48. Blankenship will try to do too much with that changeup, and he'll strike out swinging for the second out of the inning. And here's Steinbach. Steinbach hit a solo bomb in the first. The Athletics hoping he can get some of that power to channel in. Riles on second. Weiss on first. 2 outs in the top of the second. Twins fans hoping for a good pitch from Tapani. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 38. And against the lefty, that would be something, but against the righty, that's going to be popped up on the infield. Knobloch will get under that one. He'll make the catch, and that will be the final out of the inning. A walk, a single, and a single, but the Twins can't do anything with either of them. And the score will remain 3-1 Oakland after 1.5. Riles will finish up his warm-up tosses as we're looking at the bottom of the Twins' order. Here's Mike Pagliarlo. All 6 of his homers came against right-handed pitching in 91. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. He'll wind up, and here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 23. And Pagliaro will try to do too much with a slider that just catches the inside corner for strike 3. First out of the inning. Here's Greg Gagne. He hit 6 of his 8 homers against righties. Moore looks in at Steinbach for the sign. Moore will wind up, and here's the pitch. 11 is a defense check, so somebody's got to play some defense for Oakland. Let's see who we're checking. Error on the shortstop. That one is hit to Weiss. His error rating is a 3. He wants to see a 36 and up to make the play. That's a 20. It's going to handcuff him, and Gagne will be safe at first on the E6. That'll bring Dan Gladden up to the plate. The infield will move to double play depth. Gladden hit 5 of his 6 homers against right-handed pitching in 91. Gagne is a C3, which is a normal chance. He's going to stay put. He could probably get the jump, but we're not going to worry about that. He's going to stay put. Moore will looking at Steinbach for the sign. Moore will set, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 94, and that's a fly ball to left field. Getting under that one is going to be Ricky Henderson. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring us back to the top of Minnesota's order. Knobloch led the game off with a single and a stolen base. He got to third, but I think he scored on the sac fly. That's right. Forgot about the sac fly. Moore looks back to Gagne at first. Turns to Knobloch. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set, and here comes the pitch. That's a cocked die. 9 is an in-play 23, and against a righty, Knobloch's going to smack another one for a base hit. Long single in the gap to center field. Runner on first advances 1 base, so Gagne will make it to second. Knobloch will reach again, and that'll be the second hit of the day for Knobloch. And now here's Ortiz with a chance to potentially at least get another run on the board. Ortiz, though, he had a bunt back in he had a sacrifice hit back in the first. Gagne at second, Knobloch at first. 2 outs in the inning. Moore trying to keep the damage to goose eggs. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is a tough 55, and it's a ground ball to third. Getting to that one is going to be Riles. He'll take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. 1 hit, an error, and 2 men left, and the score will remain 3-1 Oakland after 2. We'll get ready for the top of the third with the heart of Oakland's order due up next. Tapani will finish his warm-up tosses. I'll remember to move that back to no outs. And here's Jose Canseco. Canseco struck out looking back in the first. 3-1 Oakland, top of the third. Tapani hoping to get settled in here. Canseco will get the sign. I'm going to use my cup for this. I go back and forth on this. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. He'll wind up. And here's the pitch. 3 is a tough 50. Canseco tries to do too much with a changeup again, and he'll strike out swinging this time. Just for a little variety. And here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson got plunked by a pitch back in the first. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will wind, and here is the pitch. 3 is a tough 80, and Henderson is going to fly that one to center field. That will be Puckett, who won't have to go too far for that one. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Harold Baines. Baines hit a 2-run homer back in the second. 2 outs in the inning. Baines at the plate. Tapani looks in at Ortiz for the sign. Tapani will wind, and here's the pitch. Get in the tower. 9 is going to be a patient 28, and ball 4. That's the curveball just misses, and Baines will find himself at first with a 2-out walk. And here's Dave Henderson. Henderson popped out on the infield his first time up. Baines over at first. 2 outs in the inning. Tapani will glance over at Baines, holding him into the bag. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will set, and here's the pitch. 5 is going to be an in-play 69, and that's going to be flied to right field. Coming under that one will be Mack. He'll maybe have to make a couple steps back, but he'll make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except the walk for the Athletics, and we go to the bottom of the third. The Athletics trying to bring the series back to Oakland with a chance to finish it. Twins looking to even the series, so it's 1-1 going back to Oakland. Moore will finish his warm-up tosses as here's Kirby Puckett. Puckett got plunked his first time up. That's what triggered the umpires out with the warnings. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will wind up. I'll adjust the out counter up to 0, back to 0. Moore will wind. Here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 30, and Puckett's going to try to do way too much with a splitter that gets out of the zone, and he'll strike out swinging. That's the first out of the inning. Here's Chili Davis. Davis had a sacrifice fly in his first at-bat, or his first plate appearance. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will wind. Here's the pitch. 12 is a ballpark check. 61 is in play, though. He would be batting lefty. That's a 1, though, and that's going to be good for a double against Moore. So Davis will find himself at second with a stand-up double, as the Twins fans are now humming. And here's Herbeck coming to the plate. Herbeck is 1 for 1. He had a base hit back in the first. Chili Davis at second. 1 out in the inning. Herbeck at the plate. Moore looks in at Steinbach for the sign. Moore will set, and here's the pitch. 4 is going to be a tough 90, and that's a ground ball to second. Getting over to that one is going to be Blankenship. He'll throw it over to first for the second out. When the ball's hit to second, when the ball is fielded by the first baseman or the second baseman, so Davis will make third on the throw, but there are 2 outs in the inning. And here's Shane Mack. Mack is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Moore trying to get out of the inning with no damage once again. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. He will set, look over at Davis, and here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 67, and that's going to just miss. That's going to be flied into right field. Canseco going back toward the track, but he will still have plenty of grass in front of him, or plenty of grass behind him. He'll make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except the double for the Twins, and the score remains 3-1 Oakland after 3. We'll get ready for the top of the 4th, where we're looking at the bottom of Oakland's order, due up next. Tapani finishes warm-up tosses, and here's Riles coming to the batter's box. Riles walked his first time up. Tapani looking at Ortiz for the sign, trying to keep this game right where it is. Oakland wants more. Tapani will wind up, and here's the pitch. 9 is a patient 47, and against a righty, Riles is going to smack that one and get a double. So he's going to lead off the inning with a stand-up 2-bagger. Here's Quirk coming into the batter's box. Quirk is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Are they going to bunt and try to move? The Athletics might bunt and try to bring him in, and try to move him into scoring position. Question is, would the Twins be expecting a bunt? I think Quirk is going to lay down the bunt here. I've just got to figure out if there's anything special for that. It doesn't look like it. So Quirk is going to lay down the bunt here. He's a B bunt. And it's going to be a good bunt. Hit to the third. That'll be hit to the third baseman. Where the only play Pagliaro will have is over to first. For the first out of the inning, Riles will make it over to third. But that will force the infield in. And here's Blankenship. Blankenship is 0 for 2 today. 3-1 Oakland. Top of the fourth, 1 out. Athletics lead the series 1-0. They'd love to go back to Oakland with a chance to finish it off. Twins need to tie this game so they don't go back to Oakland in that situation. Tapani will look in at Ortiz for the sign. Riles eyeing the pitcher. Tapani will set. Here's the pitch. 3 is going to be a tough 58. And that's going to be and Blankenship will try to do too much with that one. A curveball on the outside corner, and that'll be strike 3. Blankenship. Wait. Oh, we had a sacrifice. Wait. Quirk sacrificed. Should be Weiss at the plate right now, so I'm going to re-roll that. That should have been Weiss's at bat. That's what happened here. So yeah, we'll re-roll the whole at bat since that should have been Weiss at the plate. Weiss is 1 for 1 with a single. Tapani will do it again. Here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 30. And Weiss will similarly try to do too much with it. Same pitch result, we'll say 2 outs. Now here's Blankenship. Blankenship is 0 for 2. So I just skipped over Weiss's at bat. Whoops. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will set. Here's the pitch. 11. Wheelhouse. 35. And that's going to be good for a base hit. Riles will come in to score. Blankenship will be safe at first. And the score will now be 4-1 in favor of Oakland. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Terry Steinbach. Steinbach is 1 for 2. He had a solo bomb back in the first. 4-1 Oakland. 2 outs, top of the fourth. Athletics want more. Tapani wants to keep that from happening. He'll look into Ortiz for the sign. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 40, and just barely, but Steinbach will try to do too much with a changeup, and that will retire the side with the third out of the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, and the score is now 4-1 in favor of Oakland. Bottom of the fourth, we'll see the bottom of Minnesota's order due up next. Here's Pagliaro. Pagliaro is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging back in the second. Moore gets the sign from Steinbach. Moore will wind up, and here's the pitch. 5 is going to be a patient 16, and ball 4. The slider misses. So Pagliaro not able to Moore not able to catch the outside corner with that pitch. And that'll be a walk for Pagliaro. Here's Gagne. Gagne reached on an error back in the second. Pagliaro is an F on the base path, so he's not going anywhere. The Athletics will move to double play depth, though. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Pagliaro looks over. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 44. And Gagne will try to do too much with the curveball on the inside corner, and that'll be the first out of the inning as Gagne will strike out swinging. Here's Gladden. Gladden is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Temptation to bunt for the Twins here, but they're not going to do that. Moore will set. after getting the sign from Steinbach. Here's the pitch. 9 is going to be an in-play 69, and that's going to be grounded to second. That'll be Blankenship getting to that one. Now we got to see if they turn the double play. So it would be 4-6-3, and on a 7 or less, the side will be retired for Minnesota. Side retired easily. Blankenship will get that one. He'll move it over to Weiss. Weiss will turn and fire it over to Quirk at first, and that will be a 4-6-3 twin killing. And the side is retired. Stadium groans. Ugh. And after 4, score remains 4-1 in favor of Oakland. This is where Game 1 ended. Heading into the top of the 5th, we'll see the heart of Oakland's order due up next. Tapani will finish his warm-up tosses as Jose Canseco, the ever-dangerous right fielder for the Athletics, will step into the batter's box. Canseco is 0 for 2. He struck out twice today. Tapani looks in at Canseco. Gets the sign from Ortiz. 4-1 Oakland. He's aware of the pressure he's under here. Tapani will wind up, and here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 37. And Canseco once again tries to do too much with the heat, and he'll go down for the 3rd time today on strikes. Here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 1. He got hit by a pitch back in the 1st. Tapani will look over to Ortiz for the sign. Tapani will wind up after seeing a sign he likes, and here's the pitch. 9 is a patient 82. And against a righty, Henderson will be patient enough to get a double out of that one. Henderson gets a 1-out double to get the Athletics bench back to life. And here's Harold Baines. Baines is 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer, and he's walked today. They're not going to try to bunt with Baines. He's already hit one out of the park. The Athletics want to see if he can do it again. Tapani looking in at Ortiz. Looks over to Henderson at second. Tapani will get the sign. Here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 79. And that's going to be flied into right field, getting under that one, or flied into center field. Puckett will come under that one for the 2nd out of the inning. Now, Henderson does have the option to try to advance to 3rd. Actually, no. With the run rating of 7 or higher, he'll just advance to 3rd on an F8. So Henderson will move over to 3rd on the play. 2 outs in the inning, though. And here's Dave Henderson. Henderson is 0 for 2. He's popped out and flown out today. Ricky Henderson on first. Kevin Tapani looks back to Ortiz at the plate for the sign. Tapani will set, and here comes the pitch. 10 is a ballpark check. 42 for Henderson is a wheelhouse. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens here. That's good enough for a base hit for Henderson, for Dave Henderson, and Ricky will come in to score. And the score is now 5-1 in favor of Oakland. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Ernest Riles. Riles is 1 for 1 with a double and a walk today. And we're going to get some activity in the Twins bullpen, as they're going to need to eat up some innings probably. They're going to get Steve Bedrosian warming up in the Twins bullpen. Tapani is getting hammered today. Right. Dave Henderson on at first. 2 outs in the inning. Riles at the plate. Tapani looking at Ortiz for the sign. Fans are getting restless. They're hoping for a good pitch. Tapani gets the sign from Ortiz. He will set, and Tapani will pitch. 4 is going to be an in-play, but a 36 is going to be too high. That's going to be lined right to second base. Knobloch will put his glove up in self-defense. Pow! And the ball will slam into it. That will retire the side for the Athletics. 1 run on 2 hits. And the score is now 5-1 in favor of the Athletics. As we'll be looking at the top of the Minnesota order coming up next. Moore gets his warm-up tosses in, as here's Knobloch coming up to the plate. Knobloch today is 2 for 2. He's got 2 singles, and he's swiped a base. Moore looking at it. Steinbach for the sign. He'd love to get Knobloch out here to start the inning. Moore will wind up from the sign, and here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 94, and that's a fly ball into left field. Ricky Henderson won't have to go too far for that one. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Stadium groaning already. And here's Ortiz. Ortiz is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice bunt. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will wind up, and here comes the pitch. 3 is an in-play 92. It's another fly ball into left field. Getting his legs under him today is most definitely going to be Henderson. He'll make the catch again for the second out of the inning. And here's Puckett. Puckett is 0 for 1. He struck out and he's been hit by a pitch. Moore gets the sign from Steinbach. Moore will wind up. Here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 53, and that's going to be grounded right back to the pitcher. Moore will take that himself. He'll underhand that over to first. And 1, 2, 3 will go the Twins in the bottom of the 5th. Score will remain 5-1 Oakland after 5. Top of the 6th coming up, and we've got the bottom of Oakland's order due up next. Leading off the top of the 6th for the Athletics is Jamie Quirk. Quirk is 0 for 1 with the sacrifice hit today. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. 5-1 Oakland, top of the 6th. Phoenix continues to drop dice. Tapani will wind up from the sign. Here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 29, and that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Quirk, as the Athletics just keep the hit parade going on today. And here's Weiss. Weiss, though, is 1 for 2. Quirk is not going anywhere with a jump of an F. The infield for the Twins will go to double play depth. Tapani looking over at Quirk at first. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz, and here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 9. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Up the high inside corner. Tapani will rear back and blow the heat by Weiss for the first out of the inning. And here's Blankenship. Blankenship is 1 for 3. He managed to get on for the first time today, back in the 4th. Tapani hoping to keep this right where it is. Infield still at double play depth. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will set with a brief glance over to Quirk at first. Here comes the pitch. 6 is a tough 99. That's a fly ball to left field. Not going to go too far for that will be Gladden. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Steinbach. Steinbach had the solo homer back in the 1st, but otherwise he's been largely quiet. Tapani looking over at Quirk at first. Tapani will turn back to Ortiz and get ready to deal with Steinbach. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. He will set, and here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 1, and that's a called strike 3. Tapani will once again blow the heat by Steinbach, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Athletics, and the score remains 5-1 Oakland heading into the bottom of the 6th. Moore will finish up his warm-up tosses as we get ready for the middle of the Minnesota order. Here's Chili Davis stepping into the batter's box to lead off. He's 1 for 1 with a double and a sacrifice fly, scoring driving in the Twins' only run of the day. Moore will look in at Steinbach for the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 72. That's going to be a fly ball to center field. Going after that one is going to be Dave Henderson. He won't have too many problems with that, though. He'll pull it in for the first out of the inning. Here's Kent Hrbek. Hrbek is 1 for 2 with a single way back in the first. Seems like a lifetime ago at this point. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will wind up, and here's the pitch. 12 is a ballpark check, but 62 for a lefty is in play. On a 21, that'll be good for a base hit. Hrbek will reach with a 1-out single. The Athletics infield will go to double play depth. Here's Shane Mack. Mack is 0 for 2. He's flown out twice today. Hrbek on at first. 5-1 Oakland, bottom of the 6th. Oakland hoping to take a 2-0 series lead back home to try to finish the Twins off there. Minnesota looking to knot this series to turn it into a best of 3. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set, and here comes the pitch. 9 is going to be an in-play 16, and that's going to be a base hit. Let's see where it's going. That'll be a sharp liner dropping in front of the center fielder. Runners advance 1 base. That'll be an S7 for Mack. Hrbek at second, Mack at first. Here's Pagliarolo. Pagliarolo, though, is 0 for 1 with a walk. Runners on first and second, 1 out. Infield still at double play depth. Moore looking in at Steinbach. The situation's gotten a little bit more interesting. Minnesota fans are suddenly awake and aware. They're loud. They're hoping for a good hit. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set, and here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 51. And against a righty, that's another base hit. Grounder up the middle into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Runner on second advances 1 base plus. He's a run of 7, so that's into center field. Question is, are the Twins going to try to score Hrbek? Hrbek is a run rating of a 7 against a center fielder. Dave Henderson has got a 7 arm. Are they going to try it? They're down 4 runs. They're going to try it. Hrbek's going to make the loop around the plate. He's going to try to score. Except if it's above 7, he's out. Safe! Hrbek will score. And that'll cut the deficit for the Twins down to 5-2. The decision to send Hrbek home pays off. Stadium cheers. Yay! As the Twins fans have suddenly come to life. Here's Greg Gagne. Gagne is 0 for 1. He reached on an error back in the second. Infield still at double play depth. The Twins could send Mack on decent contact. Moore gets the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 76. He's not that patient against a righty. That's going to be flied into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Dave Henderson. He'll make the catch. And for the second out of the inning, Mack will make third on the fly ball, though. Pagliarolo will stay put. And here's Gladden. Gladden is 0 for 2. He hit into an inning-killing double play back in the 4th. 5-2 now in favor of Oakland. Bottom of the 6th. 2 outs in the inning. Mack at third, Pagliarolo at first. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set, and here's the pitch. 4 is a tough 12. Called strike 3 on the outside corner, and the inning is over. 1 run on 2 hits 1 run on 3 hits, actually. And the score is now 5-2 in favor of the Athletics. Getting ready for the top of the 7th, and we're looking at the heart of the Oakland order coming up next. Tapani will finish his warm-up tosses as stepping into the batter's box, the ever-dangerous Jose Canseco. He's been quiet today, though. Canseco is 0 for 3. He's struck out 3 times. Tapani still needs to take the threat from Canseco seriously, though. Tapani will wind up, get the sign. He'll get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will wind up, and here's the pitch. 4 is going to be an in-play 13, and Canseco will lead the inning off with a base hit. As soon as I say Canseco's been quiet, he picks a great time to wake up. And here's Ricky Henderson. Henderson is 1 for 2. He's got a double, and he's been hit by a pitch today. Canseco, not much of a threat to do anything on the base paths, especially not with Ortiz having a cannon behind the plate. The infield will move to double play depth for the Twins. 5-2 Oakland. Minnesota's starting to cut into the lead finally. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a patient 18. Ball 4. The Heat just misses, and Henderson will find himself on base with a 1-out walk. And here's Baines. Baines is 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer and a walk. Boy, would the Athletics love to get another bomb out of Baines today. Tapani will set, and here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 63. That's not going to be a bomb. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. That'll be Gladden getting under that one for the first out of the inning. And an F7 runner on second base may try to advance. Okay, we're not gonna send Canseco. Here's Dave Henderson. Henderson is 1 for 3 with a single today. Tapani looking in at Ortiz. Canseco on second. Henderson on first. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is a patient 12. Ball 4, another curveball just misses. And the bases are full of Athletics. There's nowhere to put Riles. Riles is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. The infield, are they going to play? They're going to try for the double play to get out of the inning. Riles seems to hit into them, and Tapani can induce them. So they're going to try to get the double play here. Tapani will look in at Ortiz for the sign. Bases full of Athletics. No place to put Riles. Tapani will get the sign from Ortiz. Tapani will set, and he will pitch. 10 is a ballpark. To his wheelhouse. Riles, fortunately for them though, doesn't have enough power. 46. That's going to be grounded to third. If they turn the double play, the run won't count from Canseco. So it's an 8 or less to see if they get the double play. This is what the Twins gambled on. No! They can't get the double play. Canseco will score. Henderson will make third. So Ricky Henderson will go to third. Dave Henderson will be thrown out at second. Riles will make first on the fielder's choice. So that's a grounder. That was a grounder to 46. Was grounded to third. But runners on first and second. Okay, so we didn't get that. So it was grounded to third. That'll be a fielder's choice. So Canseco made it to third. Ricky is now at third. Dave Henderson got thrown out. Now that we've got all that straight, the score is now 6-2 in favor of Oakland. Stadium groans. Ugh. And Tapani is now tired, but he's going to try to get out of the inning. If he gives up another problem, though, the Twins are going to go to Bedrosian. Here's Jamie Quirk, though. Quirk is 1 for 2 with a single and a sacrifice hit. 6-2 Oakland. Ricky Henderson on third, Riles on first. Tapani is now tired. He'll look in at Ortiz for the sign. Tapani will stretch, and here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 44 or 46, and that's going to be lined to second. Knobloch will put up his glove, pow, and the ball will slam into it. Side retired, but one run on a hit and 2 walks, and the score is now 6-2 in favor of the Athletics. As usual, I won't torture you guys with my rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, but we will have the top of Minnesota's order due up next. Here's Knobloch coming up to the plate. Knobloch is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got 2 singles. More looking at Knobloch, hoping to get the Athletics control of this series. More will get the sign from Steinbach. Here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 75, and that's going to be flied into center field. Dave Henderson will come under that one. He'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. And here's Ortiz. Ortiz is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt. Moore will look in at Steinbach for the sign. Here comes the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 96. I doubt highly he's that patient. No, that's going to get skied into left field. Ricky Henderson will get under that one, make the catch for the second out of the inning. And here's Puckett. Puckett is 0 for 2. He's grounded out, struck out, and been hit by a pitch. Moore hoping for a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning, but let's see what he's able to get out of what he's able to do with Puckett. 6 is a tough 97. What he's able to do is fly him out into left field. Once again, Ricky Henderson will get under that one. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Twins in the bottom of the 7th. As the score is now 6-2 in favor of Oakland. We'll get ready for the top of the 8th, where we're going to have a pitching change for Minnesota. Tapani is going to come out of the game tonight. He got the Twins this far, but he's just not had it tonight. I've already compiled stats for Tapani. Coming in to pitch for the Twins will be Steve Bedrosian. 77.1 innings pitched, 70 hits, 11 homers, 35 walks, 44 strikeouts. 5-3 with a 4.42 ERA in 91. Leading off the top of the 8th for the Athletics is Walt Weiss. Weiss is 1 for 3 tonight. Bedrosian will get the sign from Ortiz. Here's the set. Bedrosian will pitch. 5 is going to be a ballpark check. 45, he would be batting lefty. That's wheelhouse. Weiss seems to have gotten a hold of one. Except for the part where he's going to hit that one on the screws right to the third baseman. Pagliaro will hardly have to go far. Will hardly have to move for that one. He'll make the catch for the first. He'll make the play for the first out of the inning. Weiss can't believe he couldn't do more with that one. Here's Blankenship. Blankenship is 1 for 4. Bedrosian looking at Ortiz for the sign. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 85. Blankenship is not quite that patient. That's going to be grounded to short. Coming after that one is going to be Gagne. He'll move that over to first for the second out of the inning. We are going to get some activity in the Oakland bullpen as they're going to get not him. Trying to decide who they're going to start warming up. They're going to get Joe Klink warming up in the Oakland bullpen. It's not a safe situation, so I don't want to get Eckersley warming up yet for the Athletics. Here's Terry Steinbach. Steinbach is 1 for 4. He had the solo homer back in the first that started the scoring for the Athletics. 6-2 Oakland. Top of the 8th, 2 outs. Oakland trying to get this series back to Oakland, up 2-0. Minnesota trying to even this series and turn it into a best of 3. Bedrosian will get the sign from Ortiz. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is a patient 39. And against a righty, that's going to be a base hit for Steinbach. He'll reach with a 2-out single. And Canseco with a dangerous bat as ever. Canseco has been quiet today, though. He's 1 for 4 with a single and 3 strikeouts. Bedrosian will get the sign from Ortiz. Bedrosian will set. He'll look over to Steinbach at first. Not really a threat to do anything on the bases. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 11. And Bedrosian's going to blow the heat by Canseco, and that will retire the side. On strikes. Nothing across except the single for the Athletics. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. The Athletics are going to let Moore continue to pitch to see if they can get the ball, to see if they can get to Klink in the 9th. Leading off for the Twins will be Chili Davis. We got the middle of Minnesota's order due up. Davis is 1 for 2 with a double and a sacrifice fly. Moore will look in at Steinbach for the sign. Moore will wind up. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 46. And ball 4. A splitter just misses the bottom of the strike zone, and that will be a leadoff walk to lead off the inning for Davis. Here's Kent Hrbek. Hrbek is 2 for 3 with 2 singles, and he scored a run. Davis not really a threat to go anywhere. The Athletics will move to double play depth. Twins need to do something with this leadoff walk. Hrbek with the sign. Hrbek waits for the offering from Moore. Moore gets the sign from Steinbach. Steinbach will set. He'll glance back over at Davis at first. Moore will turn, and here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 26. And against a righty, Hrbek's going to get a base hit out of that. That will be a line drive into left field. Runner on first advances 1 base. Davis will make it to second. Hrbek will get to first. Double play is still a thing. Double play depth is still a thing. So that's an S. What did we say? 7. Right. Here's Shane Mack. Mack is not having a great day at the plate. Mack is 1 for 3. Moore will look in at Steinbach with a sign. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Infield still at double play depth. Moore will get the sign from Steinbach. Moore will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is a patient 0-0. We're going to have a rare play. Patient, rare play with men on. Let me find my rare play chart. Runners on base, patient. Here we go. '73. Umpire misses the obvious strike. Batter walks. Pitcher's rattled. All patient results for this pitcher. The remainder of the inning are automatic walks. So Shane Mack will get on base with a ball 4, and the bases are loaded. The infield's got to play in, and that's going to be it for Mike Moore. I'll compile his stats real quick. He faced 7 and 6 is 33. Struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Walked 1, 2, 3. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits, 2 runs, both earned, no wild pitches. Coming into pitch will be not the bat. Coming into pitch will be Joe Klink for the Athletics. All right. Infield has to play in. Here's Pagliarolo. Pagliarolo is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. Bases loaded for the Twins. Nobody out. Athletics infield playing in to try to prevent the run from scoring. Klink will get the sign from Steinbach. Klink will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is an in-play 44. And that's going to be grounded right back to the pitcher, but we've got to check the infield in chart. Let's see what happens here. That's a 5. Batter out, runner on first advances, other runners hold. So Pagliarolo will be thrown out at the plate, or Pagliarolo will be out at first, but Chili Davis will score. The other runners will advance. And it's now 6-3 in favor of the Athletics. That's a ground ball. That's a fielder's choice. Okay, I'm just making sure I get this scored. So Davis will score. That'll be the first out of the inning for the Twins, or first out of the inning for the Twins. But they do get a run out of it. It's now 6-3 in favor of the Athletics. And now that's very much going to change the thinking for Oakland here. Here's Gagne. Gagne is 0 for 2. He reached on an error. Now do you get Eckersley warming up? And I think the answer is yes. The Athletics now are going to start getting Dennis Eckersley loose in the bullpen. They wanted to save him for Game 3, but they wanted to try to let him get some rest, but they need to get out of this. They're going to probably need to get the save here from Eckersley. So Klink will we'll get the sign from Steinbach. Klink will set. Here's the pitch. 10 is going to be a defense check. Somebody's got to play defense for Minnesota. Possible error on the first baseman. The first baseman for the Athletics, or for Oakland. First baseman is Quirk. His error rating is a 2. He's pretty suspect out there. Needs this to be a 49 and up. That's a 20. He's going to boot that one. And that'll be a one-base error. Herbeck will score. Or Gagne will reach on the error. Herbeck will score. Mack will make third. That's an E1. And it's now 6-4 in favor of Oakland. Things are getting very interesting here. And interesting is a dirty word for the Athletics. So that's 2 runs already, and the Twins have managed to cut the lead in half. They're going to so here's Gladden. Gladden's 0 for 3. The infield, are they going to try for the double play? They are going to try for the double play. Because Klink can get them and Gladden hits into them. So this is getting very interesting for Oakland here in the bottom of the 8th. Still 6-4 in favor of the Athletics. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Eckersley warming up in the Oakland bullpen. If the score is still where it is here, he'll probably be getting the ball in the bottom of the 9th. Klink will look in at Gladden. He'll get the sign from Steinbach. Klink will set, and here comes the pitch. 9 is a tough 26, and against a lefty, that's a base hit. Hard grounder into left field, so that's an S7. Runner on first advances 2 bases, runner on second scores. So Mack will score. Gagne will make it to third, Gladden over to first, and it is now 6-5 in favor of Minnesota, or in favor of Oakland. Stadium cheers. Yay! Are they going to try to have Eckersley get a 4-out save? If they can't get Knobloch, they might not have a choice. If they... Actually, this game's going to be tied if they're not careful. Oakland... Ugh. Oakland is suddenly in a very bad situation here. Blast it all. Klink will get the sign from Steinbach. Klink will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is an in-play 46. And that's going to be grounded to first. Can they turn the double play? That's hit to Quirk. This has got to be a 6 or less, or this game's tied. No! Gagne will score. Gladden will be thrown out at second. Knobloch will reach on the fielder's choice. But Gagne will come in to score, and this game is tied. Stadium cheers. Yay! Oakland bench stunned as they gave up 4 runs in the space of the inning. And that is going to be it for Klink. They watched Klink absolutely implode. Actually, that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, Pagliaro reached on a fielder's choice. He scored. Actually, I think Max scored. Yeah, Max scored. Actually, no, they both scored. So, hold on. Something's not right. No, somebody got thrown out on a fielder's choice. I think it was actually Mack who got thrown out on the fielder's choice. I think that's what happened. This game should be tied, though. But Moore is going to... Actually, they are not happy with Klink at all in this outing. So let me compile stats for him. He went... Right, so they went 3... Wait a minute. Hold on, something's not right. I'm going to go back and watch some footage. I will be right back. Had to consult my notes, but I've got it all straight now. 2 outs, Knobloch's on first, and this game is tied. So I'm going to compile stats for Joe Klink as he had a complete meltdown. He faced 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I have to remember, not all these runs are his. I think 3 of them are going to be charged to... 3 are going to be charged to Moore because he... So, Moore's going to have given up 5 runs, all earned. No strikeouts. No walks. No hits. 1 run is his, and no wild pitches. And the Athletics are going to have to ask for 4 outs from Dennis Eckersley. They're not happy about it, but they need their best guy on the hill right now. And it's Junior Ortiz coming up to the plate for the Twins. Ortiz is 0 for 3 with a sacrifice hit. Suddenly, the Metrodome is buzzing. This game is tied at 6 in the bottom of the 8th. 2 outs. Eckersley on the plate. Can the Twins get to him? Ortiz waits for the pitch from Eckersley. Eckersley looks in at Steinbach for the sign. Eckersley will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 30. And against a righty, Ortiz will continue the inning with a base hit. Sharp liner into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. So Knobloch will make it to second. Ortiz will get to first, and the Athletics are not having a good night. The go-ahead run is 180 feet away, and here's one of the best hitters that the Twins have in Kirby Puckett. Puckett, though, is 0 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch and otherwise been quiet. Athletics trying to get out of this inning desperately. They've watched their bullpen completely implode in Game 2. Eckersley looks in at Steinbach for the sign. Here's the pitch. 10 is a tough 4. He'll get out of the inning with blowing the heat by Puckett, and the side is retired. For the Twins, quite the inning. For the Twins, 4 runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, and an error. And this game is all of a sudden tied at 6. We'll get ready for the bottom of the 9th, or for the top of the 9th, I should say, with the middle of Oakland's order due up next. Fans are buzzing in Minnesota. Bedrosian finishes his warm-up tosses. As coming up to the plate, we have Rickey Henderson. Rickey Henderson is 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. Bedrosian looking in at Ortiz for the sign. Game tied at 6, top of the 9th. Game 2 of this series. Oakland looked to be in control of it. Minnesota stormed back in the bottom of the 8th and tied this game. Bedrosian will get the sign from Ortiz. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 11. Uh-oh. 11 is wheelhouse 1. And, yeah, I'm pretty sure the last ball just now started to come down. Boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Rickey Henderson. And the score is now 7-6 in favor of the Athletics. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Baines. Baines is 1 for 3 with a solo homer of his own and a walk. 7-6 Athletics. Solo homer by Rickey Henderson. Bedrosian trying to settle down after that. Bedrosian will get the sign from Ortiz. Here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 82, and it's a fly ball to center field. Puckett won't have to go too far for that one. He'll make the catch, and that will be the first out of the inning. Here's Dave Henderson now. Dave Henderson is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. 7-6 A's. Top of the 9th, 1 out. Game 2 of the American League Division Series. Oakland leads the series 1-0. Game 3 will be a Saturday at the earliest. Will the Twins be facing elimination, or will we be looking at a best of 3? Bedrosian will look at Ortiz for the sign. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 8 is a tough 35, and Henderson will swing through the heat for the second out of the inning. Henderson will be out on strikes. And here's Riles. Riles is 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. Bedrosian looking in at Ortiz for the sign. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 15. Ball 4. Curveball misses, and Riles will be on with a 2-out walk. And here's Quirk. Quirk is 1 for 3 with a single and a sacrifice hit. The Twins will go to double play depth. Quirk might lay down the bunt here. They might try for some insurance here. Are they going to try for insurance here? Quirk does hit into double plays. This is a tough one. Although you got Weiss coming up, I think Quirk's going to swing away. Bedrosian looking at Ortiz for the sign. Twins are at double play depth. Bedrosian gets the sign from Ortiz. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 9 is an in-play 32. That's going to be just a little bit too high. That's going to be popped up on the infield. Knobloch will get under that one for the second out of the inning. And here's Weiss. Weiss is 1 for 4. 2 outs in the top of the 9th. 7-6 A's. Riles on first. Weiss at the plate. Bedrosian looks in at Ortiz for the sign. Bedrosian will set. Here's the pitch. 4 is going to be a patient 91. He's not that patient. That's going to be grounded right on the screws to short. Gagne will get that one. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. One run on a hit and a walk. A solo bomb by Ricky Henderson has given the A's a new chance to take control. Eckersley now on the mound, but in order to get there, he's got to go through the middle of the Twins' order. Leading off the bottom of the 9th will be Chili Davis. Chili Davis is 1 for 2 with a double, a walk, and a sacrifice fly. Eckersley looking in at Steinbach for the sign. 7-6 A's. Oakland 3 outs away from going home with the chance to win the series at home. Eckersley gets the sign from Steinbach. Eckersley will set. Here's the pitch. 6 is a tough 85. And against a righty, that's going to be too high. That's going to be grounded over to short. Getting after that one is Weiss. He'll fire it over to first for the first out of the inning. Here's Kent Hrbek. Hrbek is 3 for 4 with 3 singles on the night, and he scored a run. Eckersley looks in at Steinbach for the sign. Eckersley will set. Here's the pitch. 7 is a tough 61, and it's a fly ball to left field. Ricky Henderson will get under that one. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. And the last chance for the Twins comes down to Shane Mack. Mack, though, is 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Minnesota has made this game very interesting. The Metrodome buzzing. Fans are hoping for a good hit. Minnesota wants to extend the game. Oakland looking to go home with the chance to clinch the series. Eckersley gets the sign from Steinbach. He will set. Mack will brace himself. Here's the pitch. 10 is going to be a tough 49. And against a righty, Mack's going to smack that one into left field, and that's going to be a double. And the Twins will continue this game. As the stadium's cheering, here comes Pagliarolo. Pagliarolo is 1 for 3. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk. Twins have new life. The Metrodome's buzzing. Nobody has gone anywhere from this game since the bottom of the 8th. Eckersley looks over at Mack. Mack, not a danger to do anything on the base pass. Eckersley turns to Pagliarolo. Eckersley gets a sign from Steinbach. Eckersley will set. He'll look over to Mack. Eckersley will kick. Here is the pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 36. Pagliarolo swings through the high heat. Strike 3. Game over. The Oakland Athletics holds through a meltdown of their bullpen in the bottom of the 8th to get a 7-6 victory, and they will take the series lead 2-0. Stadium barfs. Bleh. Final line score coming up. Just compiling the line score. One walk, 1-2 hits, and what a costly hit that was. think the Twins made an error. Nope. Okay. For the Athletics, 7 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. For the Twins, 6 runs on 10 hits and no errors. Dennis Eckersley will end up with the win tonight, and Steve Bedrosian will end up with the loss. The Athletics will lead this series 2-0. They'll go back to Oakland with a chance to win it in Game 3, either Saturday or Sunday. Before we get there, though, we need to turn our attention to the other League Division series. Tomorrow night, we'll have the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers at Dodger Stadium for Game 2. Charlie Liebrand will be on the hill for the Braves, and Ramon Martinez will be going for the Dodgers. As for other games coming up on the channel, Wednesday we'll be continuing my Tack Up Wargaming list with Game 5 as we play Target for Today from Legion Wargames. The Phoenix's Fury is getting its final maintenance. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the official Fallout cookbook with the entree, crab stuffed salmon. And next week, we'll be playing Inside Blitz Football from Inside Sports Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.